Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. We are living in very dangerous times. We are living in a country in which terrorism is promoted by our government. Now, I know you're thinking that's a big claim. And yes, it is. But we've seen how the Prime Minister and the Home Secretary lied to the people, locked up people for telling the truth, denied that terrorism was responsible for the murder of 3 girls in Southport, continually lied, continually strove to conceal everything about this, made sure that people who would have been dangerous to the government were locked up, and I'm thinking Tommy Robinson here, before the court case, before the court proceedings began, and made sure they moved those court proceedings till just before the budget in a desperate hope, to hide the fact that he was a terrorist. He wasn't this little Welsh Christian boy. He was an Islamic terrorist in possession of terrorism materials, in possession of a weapon of mass destruction. And they lied, and they lied, and they lied. And when they've been caught out on it, they're trying to get Parliament to say, don't talk about this. We're removing your right to talk about this. They don't want anyone discussing it because they know they're wrong. And they know that the big problem they've got now is not that there's terrorists running among us, but the perception that they are covering this up and endangering the people of this country. Now, having said that, I want to look at what happened yesterday in London at a pro-Palestine march. Because it's not just the government. The police also are working to promote terrorism. There was a woman yesterday in this mass pro-Palestine demo that everyone is sick to death of, because nobody really, other than these weirdos, gives an absolute flying F about. And she had a banner. She had a stick with the old placard on, and it showed a picture of the Hamas leader, the dead Hamas leader, Yahya Sinwar, and it was praising him. It was saying the spirit of resistance and all this. She was glorifying terrorism. That in and of itself, by praising a terrorist and praising his acts, is and of itself an act of terrorism. This was pointed out to the Metropolitan Police. They looked at it. They pulled her out of the crowd and they inspected her. She was pulled aside by Vauxhall Bridge and she was questioned. And the officer was told that there'd been an allegation of inciting hatred that had been made by the public. The officer told her this. But despite being threatened with arrest, she declined to provide the police with a name and address. That is an offence. If a police officer asks you your name and address, you are legally obliged to give it. So I don't know why the policeman didn't arrest her for that, because it is an arrestable offence. To not provide your details to a policeman when requested is an arrestable offence. So glorifying terrorism, causing an offence, and refusing to give details to a police officer. What do you think happened to her? Well, there was a bit of a testy atmosphere, shall we say, and senior officers within the Met decided to just let her go without taking her name and address. So now what we have is senior members of the Metropolitan Police in London promoting terrorism, causing an offence, and not complying with the law to arrest someone who fails to give their personal details. This caused a lot of outrage. And eventually, because of it, the Metropolitan Police, shocked, I think, by the number of complaints they'd received, which apparently was many, we meaning lots, issued a statement last night. The Mail Online, obviously, where I've got this story from, it's an exclusive within the Mail. The Mail Online contacted them and published the story and showed the pictures. And having been shamed into it, not off their own back, you understand, they had to be shamed into it, have launched a review and an investigation. The View turned on this. They don't know who the woman is. They can't go and arrest the woman. They haven't got a clue who it is because cowardly officers, cowardly, craven, scared little children officers refused to arrest her because they'd be seen as racist. No, they'd be seen as doing their fucking jobs. Their job is to arrest people who fail to give their details. That's clear. That is law. Their job is to stop people who are causing an offence to cause an offence. And their job is to uphold the safety of this country by not promoting terrorism. But that's exactly what the Met has done. I believe Mark Rowley, the head of the Metropolitan Police, must resign. He must carry the can for promotion of terrorism in this country. He must go. But I think Cooper must also go as well. She ultimately, as Home Secretary, is responsible for the actions of the police, and senior officers answer to Rowley, and Rowley answers to her. They must all go. Every man jack of them. And there must be attempts to find this woman and arrest her and charge her on terrorism acts and throw her worthless, shitty carcass into jail, I would say for the rest of her life, because she's dangerous. Now, they're trying to come up with bullshit reasons why they didn't arrest this woman, but I'm going to tell you why. Their little puckered asses were doing that. They were too scared. If we arrest this woman, oh, look at us. We're the racist police. We're Nazis. Oh. No, you're doing your job. You're arresting people who are promoting terrorism in this country. And the very fact that Rowley's still in a job and Yvette Cooper's still in a job is a sure sign that both the establishment and its shock troops police force are both on the side of the terrorism, and they should be seen right now as the enemy of the people of this country. Thank you very much.